Hello, everybody, and welcome to Empire's Podcast of the Week. I am your host, Stephen Ogden. It's good to be here. It's good to talk to you guys. Today's topic is going to be artwork, hobby craft behind the walls. I'm going to show you guys a bunch of utensils, different tools, homemade, professional. I'm going to show you guys artwork. A lot of you guys that follow me already have seen my Marylands. I'll probably show that towards the middle or end again to show you my progress on that. I'm going to show you some greeting cards. And I'm also going to talk a little bit about like how this program and just drawing in itself is not only therapeutic but productive and all the different levels that it helps not only myself but every other artist in prison, and how it helps communicate to the world that we're not just some lousy inmates. We got talent and we can do some pretty cool stuff. So let me get started. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about a lot of facilities do not allow us to have the hobby craft program like we have here where I'm at. But let me show you guys right here. We have a box, and this box, it's if you see right here, it says hobby box. It has our name on it, and this box has to maintain all of our hobby craft items. We can't remove anything. I mean, we can have them on our desk and things like that, but these boxes are where our approved hobby items have to be. Some facilities, like I said, don't really allow that. You get into the high security, maximum security, closed custody. You got to make all your own stuff. And I want to talk about that. This is how I learned how to draw. So I'm in the county jail. And my dad, my family, they were fed up, which rightly so. They were, you're going back to prison again. This time you're going to federal prison. What the heck? Disappointment, all the stuff that comes along with that. And like I said, rightly so. I was going back. Well, my dad, tough love. He said, no, I'm not sending you no freaking money. You're not getting nothing. You want to go back to prison? You don't want to be out here with your family? I'm pretty much cutting you off. You're not getting an allowance. Well, I'm like, oh man, what do I do? I don't have no money for commissary. Well, I'm an intelligent guy. I'm talented, and what I do is a buddy of mine says, hey, I draw these cards and I sell them. How about you help me? Let's see if you know how to shade. I'll do the lines, you do the shading, because he wasn't very good at shading. So he shows me where the shading goes, gives me a couple tips, gives me some scratch paper. By the end of the day, I'm already better than he is. So we start a little greeting card business. Guys that want to send thinking of you, missing you, I love you, happy Mother's Day, any kind of card we can make it. And we scratch them out. He scratches them out, does the lines, I shade them. Well, I start getting a lot of compliments. People are like, wow, Chaos, you're talented. Stephen, you're talented. So as those compliments start rolling in, people's families start complimenting the artwork. My buddy says, hey, you shade good enough that you should start drawing portraits. And I was like, man, how do I do that? I don't know what I'm doing. He goes, well, figure it out. So, I'm an intelligent guy, and my dad still loves me enough to where he's going to buy me some books. He might not buy me no commissary, but he says, hey, I'll get you some books. So I asked my father. He purchases me a book called How to Draw Lifelike Portraits by Lee Hammond. The book comes in. I get overwhelmed immediately. I'm like, oh, man, I can't do this. But I go through the process. I start drawing. I work out how to make the devices. So when you draw in graphite, which I do in portraits, you need a pencil. Well, in the county jail, you get pencils about this big. They're golf pencils or graphite. And number 2, basic. And in order to smooth that shading out, you got to make a homemade tortillon or a shading stick, which is this. And you see the black tip. That's a piece of paper rolled up, very fine, and it's used to shade the graphite, smooth it out a little bit. So say here is a picture that my friend West is doing. This is a girl named Halsey, which I'm sure you guys are all aware of. And if you notice the different darks and lights in this, so do you notice there's not really any hard lines? It's all a smooth transition. That smooth transition doesn't happen because of just drawing a line and then, laying down some pencil edge. You have to smooth that out. You have to get a transition. So that's what these shaders do right here. But again, if the police come in and they find these, they take them, they throw them out. We're not supposed to have them, If you get into the professional stuff that we're allowed to have, which is here, they sell us a professional shading stump, which is right here. This is a package of them. We get to order these from the Dick Blick catalog. They're a couple bucks a piece. And then we get to order the actually good pencils. You see these are what's called Tombow precision pencils. Anyways, they're beautiful. We get all the different leads. We got hard lead, soft lead. These leads allow us, like a hard lead, you can get a gray, a soft lead, you can get a dark. Moving on from that, the small stuff, the homemade stuff that I was showing you guys, little boxes of stuff, you got to use these erasers that you can steal from the class, things like that. They're not very good stuff. But if you're blessed and you're lucky, you go from having a tea box full of all your stuff to having an actual art bin utility box with all the good stuff in it. So in order to get the good work, you got to have the good stuff. You got to have the mechanical pencils. I love these things. I can do my eyelashes, my hair perfect. You get the good erasers, you get, we are able to order a micro eraser. And if you see this, let me see the Maryland. So whenever I do hair, if you look in here, you're going to see up in here how blonde this hair is. Right in here, you see how this hair is. In order to get that, you have to have what's called a micro eraser. This micro eraser is like a mechanical pencil, and it allows me to pull highlights out, get into really fine spots, because you think, oh, I lay down some lead and leave white spots. That's how you get your highlights. I say, no, you gotta build up, blend, erase, build up, blend, erase, build up, blend, erase, pulling out your highlights. Moving on, like some of the other stuff we've got to have is beautiful rulers that, I go from using an envelope in the high security prison to being allowed to order this kind of stuff, which is amazing. Works perfect. Allowing, like, to get an eye perfect, you're going to have to use something like this, like, ellipses, eyes. Like, trying to draw a perfect circle is not easy without a compass, But I love using colored pencil. Wes, my buddy Wes Ibarra, is the best. He's the king at it. And this is what he's doing right now. We're able to get that done thanks to my father, who has sent in some images of wood ducks, and that's shotgun shells, and that's a big part of it, is not having reference material. We don't have access to the internet, so our loved ones, our family members, my dad, I drive him crazy asking him to waste his time to draw, to send me pictures to draw. But on that note, like, that's how we hustle in here. That's how we make it through here. Like I was talking about my father not sending me money, cutting me off back then. Well, he actually did me a huge favor, to be honest. He taught me how to draw. He taught me how to make my own income. and he taught me that, I need to fend for myself. If I'm going to be coming in here, I'm going to be coming to jail. That I need to be able to make my own money. I need to learn how to do that. My family's hard-earned money is their money. It shouldn't be going to my commissary if I'm going to get in trouble. And don't get me wrong, family members take care of us because they don't want us to get in trouble. Hustling is against the rules. If we barter, if I sell somebody a card, the officers can write me up for a Class 2 rule violation, bartering, and I lose 30, 60 days good time. I lose earned time. But that's the difference, if I want to eat ramen noodles, if I want to eat burritos, if I want to eat good food, then I got to hustle, and I would rather take the money that I make in here hustling from these other guys than take my family's hard-earned money. They're busting their butt out there. Why are they going to take care of me and support me while I'm in here? I want to show you guys some other really cool stuff that myself and others have done. So here pretty soon you guys are going to see my greeting card. Once you guys get on my website, empirecorp.org, it's not up and running yet. It will be here soon. We're going to have a whole entire prison art section, but one of those prison art sections is going to be greeting cards. So let me show you guys a couple of them. A buddy of mine next door, Leo, makes these. So pretty cool, pretty simple. But family members love these, he takes colored paper and he designs cards and makes them. Got a whole ton of different ones. I really look forward to having all of these up and running on the website. Another buddy of mine, he makes greeting cards also. They're maybe not as stylish, but something like this in here goes for about $5. The ones I was just showing you right here, these are about $3 or $4. And you want to know something really cool that he makes his own envelopes. See this envelope for the card? He made this himself out of paper and a glue stick. So he just does that, makes the little envelopes. Here's another greeting card that another friend of mine has made. I really love this. If you look at it up in here, you'll see the pixels. I love this card, man. It probably took him an entire day to make this, probably to shade this correctly. But I want you to think about that. This guy sits and draws for 5, 6 hours, 7 hours, draws that card, makes $3 to $5. Another buddy of mine made this one. But I'm going to show you guys something beautiful. This is all pen work right here. A friend of mine named Maniac makes these. And this has probably got 20 hours into it. And 20 hours, $10. That's what I paid for that card, $10. Another friend of ours, he makes these cups. Kind of evil stuff, demonic, but I'm not into that. But he made this on a coffee cup. Scratched it in there, added the pigments, and then he glossed it with a clear coat. Pretty crazy. But I just want you guys to know that hobby crafting here is what keeps us out of trouble, what helps us through our time, what it's our mental health. It helps us live. These are all programs that need to stay in place. So if you get a greeting card from a loved one, just know that somebody put a lot of time and effort in that in here. And yeah, it's something I enjoy doing, and I look forward to you guys going on empirecorp.org and checking out our artwork, checking out our podcast, checking out our vlogs, our blogs when it comes soon. We're going to have books available. So we look for that in the future. And thanks for taking the time to watch my podcast. Have a good one. Take care.